Welcome back to the football terrace. Zinedine Zidane waiting patiently for one of two jobs, according to reports coming out of Spain in the last 24 hours. Of course, the France job is of massive interest to the, not just the French, but the global football icon. The report also suggests that Man United is still in the sights of Zinedine Zidane. Should the France job not become available, it's still over a year away from happening. Maybe the offer from Manchester United is too enticing, too good to turn down. That is the reports coming from Spanish correspondent Jorge Martinez from El Espanol. They claim that Zidane was a great option for Newcastle. Newcastle have pursued him, but he has turned the opportunity down as he's waiting for clarification for potential job offers from the French national side and Manchester United Football Club. That is the claim being made from Jorge Martinez and El Espanol. Also on today's show, I want to hear from you and I want to talk to you about Tsimikas and Robertson. Liverpool fans all over socials, not all, but some, are talking about Robertson needing to be replaced, Tsimikas being in better form. I even read a tweet earlier and I'll read it out to you here. It says, and I quote, "Tsimikas is a better crosser of the ball than Robertson. He should be starting on merit." I want to take your calls. I want your thoughts and feelings on all of that news today. Do me a favor and subscribe to the Football Terrace. Already nearly past the 100 like mark, which is absolutely, get it up past the 100 like mark, over 130 of you watching already whilst we're live, which is amazing. I want your thoughts. I want your feelings. We're going to share the link very, very soon for you to phone in and have your say. Plus, still the opportunity to win a brand new Xbox, a couple of control pads, and a game of your choice as well. Our competition for the Football Terrace secret phrase is still running. So if you super chat in, make sure you have your guess at the secret phrase that is up there. We'll delve into that a little bit more later on today. I have also pinned the link from the original article for this Zidane news into the live comment section for you to take a read of. My view is very, very simple. I think Man United have got very little chance of bringing Zidane in. That's my personal view. I read the article. It's one of those articles where I'll take in the information and I'll park it. I'll take in the information and I'll sit on it. And the reason I say that is this. All day Sunday, a lot of the bigger journalists and the majority of football fans laughed at the idea that Antonio Conte would go to Tottenham. No way, isn't happening. He's already rejected them. Blah, blah, blah. I think we've all seen, in fact, the Tottenham Tier 1 journalists as early as Friday, the day before Man United beat Spurs, which led to the eventual sacking of Nuno, that there was no plans to sack the manager. Everybody could stop thinking about Nuno out because it isn't going to happen. I think for me, what I've learned is to never disregard a story 100% when it comes to transfers, managers being sacked, new managers coming in, because one moment they seem like, oh, wow, it's going to happen. 2 days ago, the way it was reported, it looked like Unai Emery was on his way to Newcastle. That is now not happening. So from my point of view, I'm open-minded about the Zinedine Zidane to Manchester United story. Could it happen? Yeah. Will it happen? That's a very different question. I'm not convinced. I still think he's more than likely to go to France. The big point in the article, and I read it out here, it says, Zinedine Zidane is currently very comfortable being unemployed, and he is waiting for the right situation to emerge and the clarification from the French national team and Manchester United. Those things are really important. It looks like he, along with a number of others, has turned Newcastle United down at this stage. I don't think that is a shock to anybody. I don't think that is a surprise to anybody that a manager of his caliber is not going to go to Newcastle now. Maybe in 4 years, 5 years, 8 years' time, that'll be a place for managers of his current stock and his current caliber. But I want your take on that. Also, Liverpool fans, Tsimikas or Robertson, I want to hear from you today. I want your thoughts and I want your feelings on that. Let's go to the live comment section here. Man like Josh says, morning, Terry. Hope this is true, but Ollie would survive Armageddon at this point. I think a lot of Man United fans want this news to be like desperate for this news to be true. They're desperate for the situation to not just resolve. I think for a lot of Man United fans, there is this element of Conte's not available. We're definitely not getting him. He's gone to Tottenham. Let's hope that there is some, either a master plan or fluke, that enables Zinedine Zidane to take over. Now, you're going to get a lot of the big press that say that Zidane isn't interested, and I understand that. But remember, these were the same big press that were like, nah, Conte won't go to Spurs now. He's rejected them once. I wouldn't even think about it. That's the same big press that said Nuno's job was safe. So what I would say to people is this. I get rival fans will go, no, you're clutching. It won't happen. And they could be right. It's a long shot. But I've learned in the last 2 years to not write these situations off from ever being possible. Who knows? What if Didier Deschamps and France decide to go for another 2 years? Then what? Is he going to wait another 2 years? Who knows? Maybe France decide to go in a different direction. Maybe Man United make him an offer he can't refuse financially. I'm just throwing out some legit possibilities. Do I think it's going to happen? Personally, no. When it comes to El Espanol, look, they're a verified media outlet, just under 500,000 followers on socials. And I'll give you an example. When a Turkish outlet broke the news that Nuno had been sacked on Sunday afternoon and it was going to be announced tomorrow, 1.2 million followers verified. Everyone went, I don't know who they are. It can't be real. It isn't just the ones we call tier ones that break this news first. There are many other sources and there are many other people that get information. So I think it's well worth listening to. I'm going to go to your comments here. Zidane has never said he dislikes England. Anyway, France's weather isn't much different to England. Terry, do you want my honest opinion? I really don't care who is in charge. Do you want to know my honest opinion? I really don't care who is in charge. As long as we are winning. Yeah, I get you now. Sorry. Jay says, good morning. Yes, I'm very well, Jay. I'm very, very good indeed. I'm in a good mood. Obviously, the packed lunch, nice short show today. The Bet Victor show tonight is going to be amazing. We've got City Extra on the show. Big City channel. We've got James Redman. We've got Jess. We've got lead judges. We've got a man like Daniel from the Terrace covering all bases tonight. It's going to be a big show live at 6 p.m. So make sure you are tuning in. Behave here says, or you just want to clickbait. I mean, it is a real true story. And the journalist has claimed that he is waiting on Man United. So, yeah, if you want to call that clickbait, call it clickbait. That's on you, my brother. That's on you. But what I'll do you a favor, my friend. Do you want me to block you so you don't see any more notifications? Because clearly you're not a fan. Let me know, and I'll get that done for you, my brother. Let's have a look here. Terry, I think Zidane doesn't like England. Never played there. He thinks his English is not also that good. Yeah, I mean, Poch couldn't speak English when he come here, and a lot of people want him. Like, I just don't buy into this. He'll never manage in England. Maybe it wasn't part of his plan. Was Conte's plan to manage Tottenham? 10 years ago, was Pep's plan to manage Man City? Things change. I don't really buy into that kind of notion, really. I don't. That's just my personal view. Let's talk about Tsimikas. We can move on to that, and then we'll open up the lines. So the Tsimikas deal and situation is very, very interesting indeed to but is in the situation going on, because I want to say this in the right way. Like, I don't have a dog in the fight. I think Tsimikas has looked very, very good since he's come in at Manchester United. I think he looked very, very good indeed. Since he's come in at Liverpool. I read the word Man United on my screen, so I apologize. I think Tsimikas has looked tidy every time he's played. I don't personally feel like Robertson's been playing that badly, but a lot of Liverpool fans do. And they're now calling for him to be dropped. It's been trending all morning, and for Tsimikas to be given an opportunity. And from my standpoint, as I say, I don't have a dog in the fight. What I like about this, and I genuinely like about this is how you keep a winning squad, a winning team winning. By rotation and meritocracy. If Tsimikas comes in and performs better than Robertson, there should be no reason for him not to be dropped. If Salah got injured for 3 weeks and a player came in and was banging in goals and assists, Salah should have to fight to get his place back. It should always happen in a football team. And, you know, I've seen a tweet here, like Tsimikas has more big chances created. Tsimikas, this one here from Dinesh Kumar, says Tsimikas is a better crosser than Robertson, and that takes some doing. Unbelievable crossing ability. He should start. My point of view is this. Look, this is not the best performance from Robertson again today. This was a few days ago. It says 5 clean sheets in 5 starts, along with 2 assists. It's time Tsimikas got a run in the side, and that was from the Anfield edition. So a lot of Liverpool accounts pushing this kind of Tsimikas over Robertson. I'm not going to call it an agenda, just talking point that's going around right now. I want your thoughts. I want your feelings. I want you to come on and have your say today. I'm going to share the link now for you to phone in because I want your opinions on this. That's the most important thing to the football terrace. Let's get that done. Still not past the 100 like mark, which is mad. Let's get that done, people. Let's get this past the 100 like mark, please, while we're live on the air. I'm just going to share the link for you to phone in and have your say. Right. Put that out now. The call-in link's been shared. I'm going to replace the article link with the call-in link so people can do that and they can get themselves involved. Abs here says, is the secret phrase squeaky bum time? So, no, the phrase isn't squeaky bum time. What I'll do, in case some of you are new to the terrace, I will introduce you to the competition that we are running right now. Let's just have a little look at it. So we are giving away a brand new Xbox, 1 terabyte memory, 2 control pads, and a game of your choice. All you have to do to be in with a chance of winning it is super chat in and guess what the secret phrase is. It's a secret football phrase. It's one that I know most of you have used. I've already given one clue. We'll give a clue a week away. The clue is it doesn't happen straight away. That is the clue. So if you want to super chat in, you might want to super chat in about Zidane. You might want to super chat in about Tsimikas and Robertson, but have your guess on the end. If you just want to send in a super chat and have a go at winning the prize, feel free to get that done. Last week, we gave away a football shirt of your choice. Now we're giving away an brand new Xbox, big memory and all that jazz. So if you want to get your super chats in, please do that. First on the show, though, with me today, joining me to have a chat about all things Zidane and Tsimikas is going to be man like KJ. Hamid here says, Costa's crosses are better, but Robbo is more complete. So, Hamid, I'm taking from that you don't want to see Tsimikas, given a run of games. Clarify your opinion for me, my bro. But KJ is now here with me. Yeah, bro, I will check those DMs and we'll get something sorted, my guy, Matt. I will check those DMs. I saw your message just the other day. KJ's here. Morning, mate. How are you? Or afternoon, I should say. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yeah, I wanted to get your take, first of all, on the Zidane news, that there is still the potential that he could join Man United. He may be waiting for the situation to actually transpire before making a decision. Firstly, would you like him? Secondly, do you see Man United being able to pull this off?
What I like him, yes, is a manager of quality. You know what I mean? Like he's won 3 Champions Leagues, he's got 2 La Ligas, he's got Copa del Rey. Well, I believe he's got Copa del Rey. I have to check that, but he's got the titles under his belt, and he's got the stature to talk to anyone in that dressing room. He's already worked with Ronaldo, already worked with Varane. So as a manager, if you look at him, he looks like a manager that can actually do something with our team. Now, if Man United, do Man United actually get flipping Zidane? No, I don't see us getting him. I don't even know if we're even looking at him that strongly, because I feel like if Zidane was an option, I feel like we would have heard more noise around last week, just after the Liverpool game when we lost, about him potentially joining. It was mainly Conte was the main noise, but I feel like if he was actually interested in, we would have pushed harder for him. We would have had more noise coming out saying we're trying this, we're trying that to get him. I honestly don't think Man United see him as someone that they want to bring in. I don't know what Man United want. I don't know what we want. I don't know if we want a British manager, because that's what one of the reports is, that they want someone who fits the corporate star. I don't know what that means. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know really and truly what they're looking for, because most managers are better than Ole Solskjaer, right? 100%. So if you want him better than Ollie, you can go out and get someone out there. But my preference out of everyone right now is looking like Ten Hag right now. But we have to wait till the summer. So it's one of those ones.
Yeah, do you know what? I almost think as well, when it comes to Zidane, legit, I think Zidane would reject. I think he'd have a meeting with Man United. I think he would reject Man United because of how we operate, the way this board is. I just think he'd look at it and go, no, thanks. I really do. He strikes me as that kind of individual. So yeah, I don't have any real. I'm not discounting the. I'm not discounting the journalist, because I think if you're a consumer of football, especially on the social media front now, and you're condemning journalists that are not the fashionable ones, then I think I think this whole summer of window, and even just if you isolate it down to the Conte to Spurs situation and the sacking of Nuno, every big tier one journalist was like, no, Spurs said they're not sacking the manager, is safe. No one was reporting on Conte before these guys did. So I've learned to like this whole disregarding journalists because they're not famous is a madness to me. Football Insider were one of the first to go with Conte in, Nuno's going out. Who are they? Who does Wayne over at them know? How does he know more than Fab? How does he know more than Matt Law? How does he know more than these guys? 12 hours later, the big guys were reporting on it. Like, I just learned now that you just ignore that element of things. But I just can't see Zinedine Zidane coming to Manchester United. It almost feels like it would be too good to be true. And if that's the case with Man United, it isn't. There's always something. Whenever something's good that looks like they're doing something good for us, there's always like an underhand issue somewhere else, and just something about it don't feel right. It feels sour. It feels sour.
There's no real trust in the Man United board, and Spurs fans felt the same way. But they've delivered, and until Man United start to deliver constantly on a consistent basis, no Man United fan should trust the board in the decision making, because over the 8-9 year period where Fergie has gone, their decision making has been poor. David Gill, massive loss. Those two were upholding this football club to what it should be. And as soon as they went, boom, everything just came collapsing down. And my biggest fear is not just Zidane, but Ten Hag, maybe a Rodgers or a Potter, whoever they're looking at, look at our board and say, that right there, I do not want to work with that. Many people talk about the balance of the squad. Why would anyone want to work with this squad? And they've got so much work to do. No, I think they're fine with that. I think they would love to rebalance Man United to get the players in and make us the footballing team that we could be. That's not the issue. The squad isn't the issue. The players ain't the issue. It is the people upstairs. Who the hell is running our football club is the biggest issue at our club. And any manager that rejects us because of that issue, I wouldn't hold it against them. I'll just be like, fair enough, because your career is on the line.
I hear you completely, bro. Listen, thanks for coming on, mate, and having your say. Appreciate it, Kate. Speak to you again soon, bro. Take care, mate. Thank you very much indeed. JJ Bridge here says, good morning, Terry. Hope all is well. To be honest, I want Ollie to stay as a Chelsea fan, but the phrase is it trust the process. So the secret phrase isn't trust the process. And it's interesting you say that about you wanting Ollie to stay. Because I see a lot of stuff on socials. Man United squad is too imbalanced. Man United don't have this. They don't have that. This isn't good. That isn't great. It all comes down to one thing. It's an excellent squad. Could we do with a CDM? Yeah. But I've seen teams with lesser midfielders than us look more compact, more controlled, harder to break down. You know, look at Palace against Arsenal. Palace against Manchester City. I don't want to buy any of their midfielders. Legit. None of their midfielders improve us like pound for pound, player for player. It's how you're put together. I think too much emphasis is put onto, this player's little nuanced technique and this here. When you get to the higher echelons, we're Man United full of world-class and top-class players. We're just not structured particularly well. And do you know why we look good against Spurs? Because they were structured even worse than us. We were just the tallest dwarf in that regard. And yeah, I agree with you. Rival fans should want Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to stay, because if you throw a Zidane, a Conte, any world-class manager into this squad, things snap overnight. They change overnight. And United, you've got to look at it this way. Look at the goals that Bruno and Ronaldo have scored and created in this shambles. Imagine what they could do and the team could do as a collective with a legit system around them. And you know what? It might mean people go, Bruno might score less. I don't care. Bruno could be dropped and Donny comes in. We'll perform better as a team. At the end of the day, you've got Donny van de Beek, Jadon Sancho, Rashford, Ronaldo, Cavani, Bruno. It's the plethora of talent is mad. The squad isn't the issue. The balance isn't even the issue. It's how it's being utilized. Could we do with another player or two? Of course. Every squad. Look at City. City got a balanced squad. They still need a striker. I mean, Chelsea are top of the league. Their fans still want to buy other players. There's always a hole in your squad. Manager is so key. Really, really is. But no, the phrase isn't trust the process. As I've said, the clue we've given away this week is it doesn't happen straight away. Think about that when you super chat in to try and win the brand new spanking Xbox. I'm glad we have a complete backup left back. I hope we find a good right back soon. United will hire another yes man, not Zidane. The phrase is clutch. Great guess. The phrase isn't clutch. But a really good comment. Now, I'm going to go to Ram next. I've got Curran to come on as well, along with a few others who are backstage. I want to bring Ram on to speak. Tsimikas or Robertson? Who should start? It's an interesting topic that Liverpool fans have trending across social media. We're getting towards 200 likes now, ladies and gentlemen, so make sure you've smashed that button. Ram is here. What's on your mind, bro?
Yeah, not too bad, Terry, not too bad. Just on the Costa, Tsimikas and Robertson train of thought. I think, personally for me, the most important thing is that we got two good left backs. Robertson, the main problem that we had last season is that we kept on overplaying Robertson. Robertson was playing a game every 3 days, which was not beneficial for him. You could see that he was starting to tire out, and especially with the Euros, I'm surprised the guy is still standing. But for now, I think we should start playing Tsimikas a lot more. I think we need to start resting Robertson because it's not only physically he's getting a little bit tired, but mentally he's not been switched on 100% this season, and that's and having Tsimikas is there is absolutely brilliant because whenever he's played, he hasn't put a foot wrong. He's defensively, he's been assured, and when he's going forward, he's been a constant threat. So, I personally, for me, I'll play Tsimikas for the next couple of games, just to give Robertson that little bit of a respite.
That in an answer. This get your asses off the fence. The debate on again, I'm looking for an answer. I'm seeing Liverpool fans on social media debate. Should Robertson stay in the team, or should Tsimikas be given a starting berth more than 1 or 2 games? Like, should he be looked at as the new left back, the main left back for the next 10, 15 games? What is your opinion on that talking point? So forget what you think. That's what's being debated. I want your opinion on that debate. Not, I just think it's great that we've got 2 good left backs. That is an absolute cowardice answer, and you're not a coward. So what is your opinion, Ram?
Look, I can't shy away from what Robertson's done for the last 4 or 5 years. He's a starting left back for me. He's been world class for 4 years. So I think Robertson's our starting left back. But Tsimikas, when he's come on, he's proven himself. He has. But if I kind of going up against a United, City, Chelsea, or even like a Bayern Munich, I expect Robertson to be starting over Tsimikas because he has that experience of playing in the big games. And he's done it week in, week out for the last 4 years. So it'll be Robertson, but Tsimikas is doing well. So it's only going to be good for Liverpool Football Club.
Man, still slightly on the fence. I still don't think we got an answer there. But listen, I appreciate you coming on, Ram, and having your say. Top man. Thank you. We have a super chat here from Man Like Bash who says, good morning, Terry. 7 a.m. in Houston. Says Zidane will fit United perfectly, but I don't think the owners really want to sack Ollie. The phrase is substitutions. That's actually a really good guess, but it isn't substitutions. But keep them coming. Do you know what we'll do? I'm going to do this on every stream. I'll set the limit. If we hit 500 likes on this stream, I'll give you another clue. 500 likes, and I give you another clue. That I can't be fairer than that. Remember, we're giving away a brand new Xbox. Week after that, we're going to give away, I've got to get it clarified with the sponsor, but around £200 of vouchers for clothing from hopefully a new sponsor we're going to be announcing very, very soon. We're going to add a new pair. I need you, the audience, to tell me what type of football boots would you want? Like, what are the best football boots on the market? We will get you a pair. We're going to keep adding to the giveaways because so many of you kindly super chat every day. So we want to give you the chance and opportunity to get something back. No other YouTube channel does that. Not one. It's us. It's another Football Terrace first, and we're very, very proud of ourselves for doing that. So get this past 500 likes, and I'll give you another. I'll give you another clue today. Now, who am I going to next on here? I'm going to go to Curran. Curran's on the line. Big Arsenal fan. What are you saying, mate? Oh, haircut as well.
Exactly.
Look at all the hairs. Looks good. Look at that. We're like twins. We're like twins.
I know it's funny, isn't it?
Oh.
But yeah, Terry, I'm just gonna say this because I'm not gonna go on about Ollie. It's not. I understand. We all understand what my position on Ollie is. He's not good enough for United. But the point is, what the problem is at United is that the fact is you don't have footballing men above him. I was saying earlier on social media before, if you're going to go look at Ollie, why are you not looking at Darren Fletcher? Michael Edwards is someone on the market next year. Why are you not looking at him? Someone of that ilk, looking for people that know the game, that have contacts in this league and know how to structure and do a proper rebuild of a club, because that's what you need right now. I understand that the squad is good, but the thing is, there's so many personalities, so many individuals. It's hard to get them all on the pitch. You've seen how many times on the bench, Pogba, Sancho, Rashford, the Cavani, the names go on, and it's hard to get all those names in a team. And it's the thing is, if you have people that are looking at this club right now, if you want to take this club forward, you need people that understand what needs to happen to take this club from fourth, third, maybe in that area to let's go back to the title, let's go back to the Champions League. Because at this moment in time, you don't have that in place right now. I don't see Darren Fletcher, that guy. Like I don't like Edu for us either. I think we need more experience at that level, and you just don't have it at this moment in time, and that's on the owners.
Yeah, listen, but bro, you're never gonna see. And do you know what? That's the hardest bit when it comes to being a Man United fan. Is so many of our even our managers to a degree, and I criticize Ollie, but it's like the way we run has led to all of this, and I see so many things. So I get your point about Man United not having balance in the squad. I think someone like Ollie needs it more than a world-class manager, because
of course.
I honestly think that our squad is one of the best in the league overall. Everyone has holes in it. It's just painful. It's painful for me to watch my team play and have zero hope. And we're bad this year, and the most painful bit is we're worse than I thought we were going to. Like, no one expected us to be this bad. I know a lot of people are saying, like, it could be this, it could be that. There isn't a single person that can clip up or show me a tweet or a pro or a YouTuber that said United would be as poor as this. No one. And that's the bit for me where I look at my ownership, and I think the Zidanes of this world will look at it and go, do I want to be run by a ball that can't see what's going on? Like, it just, the whole thing is a shambles. It really is, mate. It's embarrassing.
I mean, I'm not going to do a lot of patting myself on the back, but there was one person on screen that said they'd finish outside the top four. So, I
understand, and I don't know whether you said that before the season begun or whenever. Yes. And
August
that's fair enough.
The date.
and that's fair enough. But I still, as bad as we've been, nobody said like we get played off the park by everyone we've played, barring Leeds and Newcastle. Like, that's what I mean. The level of underperformance is well below where we thought. And look, we're still in with a shout, even with Ollie at top four. We'll see what happens with it. But what I know, if Zidane took over tomorrow, I would almost feel like it would be a slam dunk with the players that we've got. But listen, really appreciate your call, mate. Barnett looking good as well. Speak to you soon,
Cheers, mate. I'll see you soon, mate.
Man. Thank you. Bye-bye. Ronald here says, is the phrase offside? No, the phrase isn't offside. Offside flag? No, it isn't offside flag. Someone here said the Nike Vapors are a good pair of football boots. Nike Vapors. Okay, cool. I don't know what they are because I don't play football anymore. Let me put Nike Vapor Max. Are they? No, that's a pair of trainers. Let me just write this in right now. Football boots. Let me see what these look like. I want to see what they're like. Oh, they're nice. They're really nice. So yeah, okay. We'll add a pair of them next week first. We'll add them first before the vouchers. We'll add a brand new pair of football boots as well. Remember, you might have a guess. You might want to save it until the boots arrive, but you might lose out on the Xbox. Entirely up to you. Next on the show, I'm going to Tyler. Tyler, Devil's Advocate is here. What are you saying, bro? Oh, I can't hear you, mate. Try reconnecting. Yeah, we can't hear you. You're not on mute, but we can't hear you. Try coming back in, mate, and we'll get you on to have your say. Someone says, are they Ronaldo's boots? Again, see, I just stopped focusing on what boots players wear a long time ago. Man, so old, you know. I'm going to go next to Shrey. Shrey's coming on to have his say right now on the terrace. Hi, mate.
Hey, Terry. First of all, you're doing great work. After you from India, man. First thing. And as far as the Zidane situation is concerned, I mean, would I be surprised if he joins United? No. Would I be surprised if United get him? No. If United don't get him, sorry. No. So because I just feel like the Glazers, they don't have any balls, like by my language. They don't have the ambition. Look at it. And I'm really surprised that United fans ran for the Glazers like so late. Because if Terry, you can check this up. How many games have the Glazers actually been at? Since they've owned the club.
Oh, yeah. It's
I mean,
very.
That's
it's
it
not,
should tell you. I mean,
yeah, of
that
course.
itself should tell you.
Yeah, Man United are not at the forefront of their mind very regularly, unless it's to do with a commercial deal, selling shares, putting on the stock
Right.
market. That's the only time they really focus on Manchester United. And
Right.
it's nice to see more and more fans focusing on that now and knowing that it's a problem. And we're seeing that. Look at all the clubs now with better managers. And it's crazy. Would you like Zidane to come in?
Yeah, I mean, it's at least from a footballing point. Yeah, why not? Why not? I mean, at least anything. By the way it's going, anything is better than Oli. I mean, right now. So I mean, why not?
I hear you on that. I hear you on that,
Yeah.
bro. I do.
Yeah.
Shrey, great call, mate. Thank you for coming on and having your say. Go on, mate. Go on.
Yeah, I just want to speak on the Robertson situation.
Yeah.
I haven't seen much of Tsimikas play. Like, I'm not going to, see. I don't know how he plays, but what I will say is I'm surprised as to why is this a debate, because Liverpool, I'm sure, want to win the Premier League and want to win the Champions League. Want to go far in it. So you will obviously need rotation. So I'm me being a Chelsea fan. We've seen this. I think start of the season it was Marcos Alonso. He's banging in goals left, right, center, and Ben Chilwell was left out. Now suddenly Ben Chilwell has come into the team. Now he's banging in goals. So so either way, who's playing? As long as you're going on the right direction, you have the right path. The Jurgen Klopp is manager. So
I hear you, bro. I do hear you, my friend. Great call. Great point made there as well. Thank you very much, Ray. Top man. Thank you. Jay here says, Terry, you guys should go for Ten Hag. He's the future in my eyes. Plays nice football that fans want, but the phrase is extra time or penalty shootout. I can confirm it is not extra time or penalty shootouts. For Zidane in, the phrase Rome wasn't built in a day. That is not the phrase. Rome is not built in a day. It's a good one though. Might be along the right lines. Could be along the same right lines. Closing in on 300 likes, which is amazing, people. Next on the show, I'm going to go to Samir. Samir's on the terrace now. What are you saying, buddy?
Hi, Terry. How are you, man?
I'm very well. Tsimikas or Robertson? Who do you want?
Tsimikas. I want the Robertson. Robertson is our main man. You know what I mean? He's our main player, but Tsimikas is doing really well. But in the big game, I want Robertson, man. Tsimikas is the bench player, and he should be in the bench. And whenever we need him, whenever Klopp needs him, and he should be, and he will do his job. You know what I mean? He will do his job. I'm pretty confident about him, and I'm sure that Robertson would be proud that he has a competition like the Tsimikas. You know what I mean? And his name is like a Greek Scouser, man. Like he got the name from our Liverpool fan, man. And that's what we are proud of, man. Yeah.
I hear you completely. Listen, Samir, great point made there, my friend. Thank you very much indeed. Top guy. Thank you. And maybe that's the point. I think when it comes to that, sometimes you need to be very mindful. Like there's a lot of Man United fans that are always like, yeah, Bay's the best centre-back we've got. And the other night, he did some really good stuff. I watched the game back yesterday. Both goals were his fault. Like he did this weird, like coming out of position thing, got caught out, and then there was a hole both times. And it's like, but then he made loads of good blocks and he did all the exciting things well, the last ditch blocks and great clearances and kind of like throwing his body around. Everyone's like, yeah. It's just how it is. And I'm not saying Tsimikas has made mistakes, but sometimes don't shy away from your better players because someone's having a purple patch of form. That's all and I don't think your manager will make that mistake either. I legit don't think your manager will make that mistake personally. Terry, why do you think Zidane will come? Your board said it. They want a yes man. Zidane isn't. The phrase is sacked in the morning. So really good guess. It isn't sacked in the morning. Why do I think he'll come? I don't know how much of the show you've been watching, but I don't think he will. I'm reporting on the story. My opinion is a completely separate entity. He's not, they are mutually exclusive of one another. I do want to express that right now on the terrace. I report on what's news, what may be trending, i.e. Tsimikas or Robertson. It's not. I'm not even giving an opinion overtly on it, but it's a debate. It's a question. I do get very frustrated, not at you and for this comment, but people recently. I ask a question and people take it as, is that what you think? No. A question is a question is a question is a question. If I say it's rhetorical, then maybe I think it, right? But it's a question. I don't think Zidane will come to Manchester United, but it is a story. I want your opinion. And if you don't think he'll come, how does that make you feel? Why won't he come? What's the root cause problem? Personally, I think if we were a better run club, we could get Zidane, but we ain't, so we won't. Oral Campbell here, one of my members, had a comment. I just want to go back to it. I missed it. He says, anything is better than Ollie. Go get Moyes back. Yeah. Can you imagine that? People are asking for Moyes back. Morning, Terry. Even that, I don't believe the rumour. I wouldn't be shocked regardless of the City result. If he's bought in, that's how random this board is. Yeah, and I mean, that's exactly it. United could get slap up this weekend, 6-1. They could sack Ollie and then go, listen, Zidane, we'll give you we'll give you £20 million, 25, £30 million a year, the highest paid coach in the world. We just need someone. And again, the reason why that wouldn't shock me. I don't think it's going to happen, but it wouldn't shock me. Do you know the commercial growth behind appointing Zidane? How big that would be? Zinedine Zidane has got doesn't have a following like Ronaldo or Messi, but he has a big following. You get that following, there's so many Zidane supporters still in this world that would suddenly grow an affection for Man United if he came in, especially if he was successful. Share price would skyrocket because of the stock of the manager. These things just, again, you're right. They wouldn't shock me. They wouldn't shock me at all. Tyler's back with it. We're going to try Tyler out again and see if we can get him on. What are you saying, mate?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, bro. Yeah, can now, my guy.
Yeah, man. Big up Terry, man. Big up the football terrace, man. Big fan.
Cheers, bro.
Yeah, just on the Zidane to Manchester. Personally, for me, I don't think it's going to happen. It all falls back, obviously, just to the main cause of this little, not even little, it's a big season of just hero versus villain, where the heroes and the villains are obviously the people that's in charge of this club. And what they're doing, obviously, is fraudulent, obviously, in my opinion, and obviously in most of my opinion, United fans' opinion. But for me personally, like I said, and like what you said, if we had footballing men, something like this would be realistic. Something of an appointment of this magnitude would happen. But because we've got people that generally don't know anything about football or don't have anyone that's associated to football or the world of football, I just don't see it happening. And these are guys I just feel like they really, really like the circle small. And I just feel like they've got the perfect buffer with Ollie. Unfortunately, they've got someone that will just, that's happy to be there and just, that's just willing to just do a job and they just know his personality. They just know he's not the kind of person that's just gonna, again, come out to the board. This is why obviously I feel like they wouldn't go for someone like a Conte. They did come out and say they didn't want someone to upset the corporate structure, which I think that's a lot of that. When I saw that just annoyed me. So I'm just thinking, you're putting corporate over football. We're a football club. We're not Manchester United business club. We're Manchester United football club. As far as I'm concerned, football decisions should be the responsibility of that club. Corporate things should come second. So when I saw that, I was fuming. But it was like, I did it after 5 seconds. And I was like, I'm not surprised. Like these are the kind of people that they are. They just like their monetary value, and I don't blame them. Like all that money they're making from the club, I'm not surprised they're so disillusioned from the fan base and not actually hearing what us fans have got to say, because you can just tell there's a massive disconnect. You can just tell there's a massive disconnect from the owners and fans. You can tell. You've probably seen it with that Aston Villa owner. I forgot his name, but he came out and it literally explained a 6-minute video why they sold Jack Grealish, and it was one of the best videos I've ever seen in my life. It was mad. He literally, from start to bottom, literally explained why. And I wish sometimes our owners were a bit like that, but I could just tell by just these set of individuals, they're not that kind of people. They're not footballing people. They just care about the money. And, this is why we've got this war still between owners versus fans. It's mad. It's mad. And I sometimes still get annoyed, sometimes when rival fans say, but, they spent a lot of money. That's not the problem. These are people that are literally it runs deeper than that. And I think if you're a United fan, you'll know. And I just think that, sometimes I think it's not ignorance. I think obviously they're not United fans, so they won't know. But like I said, it runs deeper, and it's like the problems run deeper than just, buying a marquee player and then everyone gets happy, or getting a marquee manager and everyone gets it's deeper than that. It's repeated taking money out of the club when it's not your money. Repeatedly, literally, I'm not even surprised, but I only recently realised that they took money out in the pandemic. They actually took dividends out when there was a pandemic on. Personally, morally, that's pretty fucked up. Personally, for me,
it's crazy, and it's one of those things where, again, people from the outside always see it, but it actually makes it worse that they're spending money, but then they're not orchestrating and creating a structure to make it work. When you have De Gea and Varane and Shaw and Maguire, I don't think our players are as bad as their performances sometimes suggest. I don't think all of them are top class, world class, but they're not as bad as that, because again, maybe Lamptey at right wing back, but how many of Brighton's defenders, Palace's defenders would you buy? But they look really good at the moment because their structure is working around them. You wouldn't do it. At the end of the day, I look at all those players, the midfielders that we have, and I'm talking the Pogbas, the Brunos, the Donny van de Beeks, the Rashfords, the Ronaldos, the Cavani's, the Sanchos, and we can't get it to click. And it's been 4 managers running that it hasn't really clicked. And again, we look back now and go, but LVG squad wasn't very good. Now, we were buzzing with some of the players we signed there. When Memphis Depay came in at Man United, it was like, wow, this up-and-coming kid. Nothing's really worked. And it's because you listen to LVG, and he said it, and you're right. They put non-footballing decisions first. And I think it's a subconscious thing. I think it seeps into that dressing room that not winning doesn't really matter. And when that's in the mindset of your players, that not winning isn't important, I think it sends that message, that terrible message out that we're okay to lose. And that is what needs to change. And I used to scoff at Chelsea when I was younger. How are you sacking a successful manager that's had one bad year? But that's how they've maintained their standards in the modern day game to keep themselves, generally speaking, in and around the top. They've had a few years where they haven't quite been good. But in 20 years, I said in the next 20 years, you're basically going to have 3 years where you're outside the top 4. The rest of it, you're in it, and you're winning Champions Leagues, and you're always challenging for that Prem. You'd take it. You really would take it.
Yeah, and, that's their business model, though. That's their business model. I just think with Alex Ferguson and with the Class 92, personally, that's an anomaly. That's never going to happen again. It's not. It was an anomaly, and we were just lucky as fans to have Alex Ferguson, Class of 92, literally come pretty much at the same time. And we're not going to get another Alex Ferguson, so I don't understand why the club tries so hard to try force that down our throats. You can almost see, and everyone can see, that Ollie's it is very much out of his depth. This is a giant club. This is not even basic managerial traits that he doesn't have. He's failing at basic football fundamentals, logic, that I'm just thinking, why is he doing that? I shouldn't do that.
Bro, and you know what? He's gone now, and old adages like pressure burst pipes. I've worked, I've been very fortunate with some of the jobs that I've had to work at a fairly senior level in some really big organizations, famous organizations. And I've seen people I watched as sort of young young, not apprentice as such, not an official apprentice, but like a, you know, I
Yeah.
remember working in a secondment in a very pressured floor within the private bank where the investment bankers worked. And I decided to not pursue a career in that area because the level of intensity and the level of aggression on the workplace, because so much money was being made, I just didn't enjoy it. But I saw a guy that was always looked at as like the dude, the guy. He was the top performer. He had a bad 6 months that led to a bad 9 months, which led to a bad year. And then I remember speaking to someone about him. Like, why is he struggling so much? And he's like losing his mind. They said, because he's now overthinking, overcompensating, getting angry, under-preparing, over-preparing, trying too hard in certain meetings. And he just isn't cool, calm, and relaxed anymore at his job. And he's become he's almost become unconsciously incompetent at what he's doing because he's overworking, but he can't see it. And I was very young. I was probably about 23, 24 when I was sort of watching it. And it was nowhere near the level that I was. I was very lucky to get a secondment in this department. But I watched it and it taught me things. And I'm seeing that with Ollie. I'm seeing a man that knows he's drowning. And some of his decision-making is almost, and is the worst it has ever been. And that's why with a better squad, partly why we've gone backwards, because he's overcomplicating, he's overthinking. I get Bruno scores a lot of goals, but there are times where you're like, right, the game the other night was a prime example. Second half, Bruno was being man-marked out the game. So what he should have done is brought Sancho and Donny van der Beek on sooner, because as soon as he brought them on, they only had 3 or 4 minutes and they started playing well, good little patterns, bringing things together. Imagine they had half an hour together against that team. It could have been different. And he just doesn't want to take that gamble in the right ways. And it's a shame, but it's the way it is. It really is the way it is, man.
It is.
Listen, great call, mate. Really appreciate you coming on.
I appreciate it, man.
Speak to you soon.
You too.
Take care, mate.
Speak
Thank you very much.
Bye. You too.
Can you have disappointment in his voice there? I was being sarcastic, and the phrase is defensive wall. Thank you, Oral. It's not defensive wall. Even if you get Zidane, the Glazers will make him quit. I think that's a very fair point. I think it's a very fair point indeed. Got a super chat here that says the phrase is rebuild. I want my Xbox, Terry. It isn't rebuild. It isn't rebuild. Remember, the clue is it doesn't happen right away. The phrase, I got another one here from RDX who says, is the phrase injury time or Fergie time? No, it isn't injury time or Fergie time. Keep those guesses coming, my wonderful, wonderful people. Terry, are you doing match highlights after the Spurs game? I think I will today. I wasn't going to cover the Conference League, but I'm intrigued to watch how Spurs look with Conte. I am. Trying to see how they look with a man like Conte today. So we will go live after that. Absolutely no problem. Remember, we're live at 6 p.m. With the Bet Victor show. James Redman, lead judges. We've got Freddie from City Extra on. Jess is with us. Man like Daniel's here. Previewing the weekend's games. Looking ahead at the Manchester derby. We're going to debate who's winning the Champions League as well. I think we've got to do a Trent Alexander-Arnold right back debate as well. It's all over social media. So that's all coming tonight at 6 p.m. So make sure you are there. I will say this as well. Somebody earlier on in the comment section that didn't super chat actually got the secret phrase right, but they weren't a super chatter. I don't know how far back it was. You might have to save that until the next stream, but somebody on this stream said it. Somebody on this stream, I think I saw it. I definitely saw it. Said it. So there we go. But that's the end of today's stream. I appreciate everybody that's tuned in, everyone that's watched, all of my beautiful super chatters, everyone who's hit the like button. You're amazing. Make sure you smash it before you leave. Subscribe before you go. 6 p.m. we're back. Until then, take